and we'll start with them. Just your takeaways from Sunday's performance.
Just an unfortunate ending for us. It was a great tournament. I thought our team wanted to win, but want is not enough, and you have to have the will. And there were a lot of opportunities for us to take advantage of the score and create some type of separation, and we fell short at that. And I think that our team just has to understand that, as much as in our minds we're hunting, we're also being hunted. Here we are, a ranked team. Kansas State had the whole week off to prepare for us. A lot can happen in that space. So, valuable lesson for our group.
I feel like this opportunity, obviously, to cash in on that momentum from Thursday. Sean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, it was for sure an opportunity where we could continue to build after such a big win on Thursday. But I told you before, our team is a work in progress, and I know it sounds like coach speak, but it really isn't. I really believe that. And and Christine alluded to the fact that success is just not like just one way. It has it's what did they say? It's not linear. It's that other word where it's like doing this, and that has just always been our story here. Now, did we want to lose the game? No. Was it unfortunate? Yes. Is it the end of the season? Is it a deal breaker for us? Absolutely not. But a lot of lessons came from it. I hadn't seen the team as in a group setting. I won't see them until Thursday, so that's more than enough time for them to reflect and come back, and let's just figure out how we move forward.
Obviously, me had forgotten y'all were in Daytona, but with
Yeah.
back-to-back games, I mean, you feel like that helps them prepare for what y'all got this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, different type of situation for sure. We'll be home, and these next three games, we want to try to capitalize from what we've learned in the whole month of November. We wanted to be undefeated the whole season in non-con, and that didn't work. So now what? We'll have to start another run again. So, November was really good for us. We learned a lot. We'll continue to learn a lot with the upcoming game on Saturday. That's our kids clinic for people that watch my press conference and have kids. Bring them out. It's free. And it's also an ornament giveaway. And then it's at noon. So it's noonday hoops, and then we go back to back on Sunday at 2 p.m. because, we're a Bible Belt, and so everyone's at church in the morning. So 2 p.m. tip versus South Carolina State. Santa will be there. So who doesn't want to take a picture with Santa? Not just kids, adults can come too. But just an opportunity for us to get better. The conference play is right around the corner. So, I think we have, 7 more games to play. We have to take advantage of every last one of them.
I obviously asked you a lot about Cody, but with Poe and Denham
Yeah.
and some others, how are you seeing them come along 9 games in?
Yeah, what's interesting is it's been a process for all of them, even Cody. I can't wait to talk to them on Thursday because we can unpack what happened. We didn't really get to unpack Notre Dame. We kind of had to just get right into Kansas State, and that game was very emotional for us, and it took a lot with us being down 19. And then we had to get on the plane, and it was a quick turnaround. So just really having an opportunity to unpack the two games and do what winners do, and winners tell the truth in those spaces, and I want to hear the truth from them, and also want to give them some truth from my point of view and my perspective, and then just talk about how we can continue going on to where we're trying to go. So they're all currently going through a lot of learning and becoming who they want to be for this team. It's pretty cool to watch, despite the loss. I hate losing, but I respect processes so much. Like I said, I didn't think we earned the win. When that girl turned around and just threw that shot up there, I was like, it's going in, I know it. Like, it was just one of those. They played so hard. and I didn't think that we did. And so when you don't play hard, I don't know that you deserve to win.
That's for me, but you talk about the truth telling, what you hope to get
Yeah.
Thursday. I know it's a short time after that game, or maybe not a fair amount of time. Did you sense some of that immediately after in the locker room of them handling it the right way? Or?
I don't think intentionally, but I think it's human nature and it happens. Those were one of those games you would call a trap game if you're not tough enough, if your leadership is not where it needs to be, if the will is not where it's supposed to be. You just come off a high, and it wasn't one where we like led the whole game. It was kind of heroic how we had to come back. And I tried to stop what would happen on Sunday from happening. Like people that were in the camp can tell you, there was a lot I talked about and did. But you have to let basketball nature take its course. And I thought that there are some valuable lessons. I don't think that they took Kansas State for granted, anything like that. I don't think that they felt like they should walk in and win. I just think human nature has a way where after a win like that, you have to almost forget it immediately. And that was very hard for them to do. And I don't think they carried it. I just think from a mental and emotional standpoint, they did. And that was the issue. And so as soon as we kind of hit a wall, like we jumped on Kansas State right away, looked good, and then we hit a wall. And so it's just so much that we need to just unpack while the going is still good. We're 8-1, you know. I've seen teams, there's some teams out there that are in worse situations, and we have to figure out what it needs to look like moving forward in those situations.
Awesome. Wilton.
Hey, Coach, how's it
Hey,
going?
good.
So when I'm doing a feature story about Cody, so I wanted to ask you maybe 2 or 3 questions,
Sure.
if that's okay. So one of my first questions is, what stands out the most about Cody's mental makeup of the game of basketball?
Cody is a competitor, and she's a winner. Nothing comes before that. Nothing comes before her wanting to win a game. She looks forward to games. She breathes it. After the loss, I was in the office around, I think 10:30, and we got back, and I shot her a text about a decision making on a particular play, and she said, "Where are you at?" I said, "Oh, I'm in the office," and in 5 minutes she was in the office watching film with me. So she just, and it's at 10:30 at night. She loves the game.
Absolutely. When has she impressed you the most mentally versus statistically?
I just think Cody's mental makeup is something that's refreshing and unique and needed for this team. She wants to win. She thrives in competitive environments. She played hard. She did not make a lot of great decisions on Sunday, but left it all out on the court. And that takes mental fortitude. You have to really be built to want to compete and want to win, regardless of the situation. And she's growing. I really enjoy coaching her. She's really someone that I think if you're a competitor, you want on your team, like they said.
Absolutely. And one final question for you. You kind of talked about it. The you guys came out and jumped on Kansas State, but obviously you hit the wall. Energy kind of shifted. When you have a player like Cody, obviously one of the leaders of this team, how does she take on the criticism, or maybe criticism isn't the best word, but just the coaching from you after a loss? Because being it was the first loss after a big game.
Yeah, I mean, Cody from the beginning has been hungry for, coaching. And one of the things that's cool about her is she kind of lets you, show up how you show up. You don't have to mince words. You don't have to walk on eggshells. You can be pretty brutally honest with her. She almost prefers it that way. So I'm allowed to just show up as myself. And a lot of times as coaches, you can't do that due to players being a little sensitive and that kind of stuff. And sometimes she does get like that, but it never lingers. She kind of is almost looking for, what are your thoughts? What's your critique? What do you think? Right after the game, she texts me like, how do you feel? She knows that I'm a competitor as well, and we want to win. So for her to ask that, she was very like, I felt like she was trying to learn me and see like, how are you going to be after this? So like I said, it's been a pleasure to coach her.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Coach.
thanks.